Hey everyone, welcome to Itinerary. And if you're planning to go to Japan by December 2023 or January 2024 and want to take a massive advantage of the current JR Pass prices before they increase by about 70% from 1st October 2023, you've still got time, good news, until the end of September 2023. Now, if you're watching this after the 1st of October 2023, this video will still help you on your considerations for the JR Pass. If you haven't seen my two previous in-depth videos about the JR Pass, feel free to watch this video first because I'll be talking about the top 5 things I wish I knew before buying a JR Pass. In fact, if you find the 5 things here helpful in any way, you can buy a JR Pass today in the link below this video. Now let's dive right into the 5 things I wish I knew before buying the JR Pass. Number 1, can you actually buy a JR Pass? There are actually 2 types of people who can buy the JR Pass. Number 1, if you're a tourist visiting Japan, and yes, that means you have to have a temporary visit stamp on your passport at the time of arriving in Japan. Or number 2, a Japanese national who have been living overseas for 10 consecutive years that can provide a written proof from an embassy or legation of Japan in that country itself. Now, if you can buy the JR Pass, let's see when the JR Pass is worth it. Since the JR Pass is sold in consecutive days of 7 days, 14 days, and 21 days, and the prices are not exactly cheap as you can see here, you should only consider the JR Pass when your travel plans include visiting multiple cities, like the classic golden route for first-time visitors going to Tokyo, Kyoto, Osaka, and back to Tokyo with day trips in between. Now, if you're simply hanging around Tokyo for a few days, going to Tokyo Disneyland, and so on and so forth, and perhaps taking a day trip to Hakone or visiting one other city like Nagano, then the JR Pass is not worth it for you. And for those of us tourists buying the JR Pass after the prices have increased from the 1st of October 2023, let's talk about how this would likely affect your travel plans. As you might have guessed it, doing the classic golden route of Tokyo, Kyoto, and Osaka and back to Tokyo with small day trips like Nara and Hakone in between won't justify the new prices anymore. Look, I think the new JR Pass will be for those who would actually be willing to cover the wider Japan on the Shinkansen beyond just the golden route alone, such as going down south to cities in the Kyushu island like Fukuoka for day trips to hot spring towns, and Kagoshima to see beautiful views of active volcanoes, while coming back to Tokyo through Hiroshima, a reborn city from the historical tragedy that today stands for peace and prosperity. Or going slightly north of Tokyo to Kanazawa to experience a city with well-preserved Japan cultures, and Nagano, the city that hosted 1998 Winter Olympics as well. Or, if you're in Japan longer, such as 2 weeks or 3 weeks, you can choose to spend more time visiting more places in the South Islands or the northern cities above Tokyo that I've just spoken about via the Shinkansen. Or you can choose to go up north all the way to Hokkaido via Sendai and Nikko, and back to Tokyo for your flight back home. And not to forget the $10 to $15 you'd likely spend each day on local JR trains and buses in each of these destinations while you're using the JR Pass, which can quickly add up to the savings you would have with the JR Pass as well. Essentially, to make the new price point on the JR Pass worth it, you need to do a lot more traveling on the Shinkansen to see more of Japan, and perhaps maximize your JR Pass by using local JR transport options in each of these destinations to get to your local sightseeing spots as well. And that can either be really fun for adventurous people out there, or that can be a little scary for those who prefer slow travels. So whether the new JR Pass is worth it for you depends on your travel style and your travel plans. Number 3, moving on to purchasing the actual JR Pass. Now, based on your travel plans, if you think the JR Pass will be worth it for you, it is highly recommended to buy your JR Pass online before your trip to Japan for 2 key benefits. Number 1 is cheaper to buy online. Number 2, you'll save time because you'll likely avoid the long queues if you decided to buy a JR Pass in Japan itself. And that is only until September 30th, 2023. Now, when you buy your JR Pass online through an official travel agent like the one in the link below, an exchange voucher will usually be mailed to your home address, which you actually need to bring to Japan with you in order to exchange it for the actual JR Pass. And the delivery of the exchange voucher generally takes about 2 weeks. So if I were you, I'd make sure you buy it at least 3 to 4 weeks before your flight to Japan to allow that extra buffer time in case of any delivery delays for any reason. Number 4, imagine with me here that you purchased the JR Pass online. You've landed in Japan with your exchange voucher. Let's talk about how to use your JR Pass when you're in Japan with some key timings you should know. Number 1 is 3 months. The exchange voucher can be exchanged into the actual JR Pass in one of the JR train station ticket offices in Japan for up to 3 months from the date you bought the JR Pass or the issue date. Speaking from my first-hand experience, the key thing to know here is that you should bring your passport together with the exchange voucher in order to exchange for the JR Pass. Because if you didn't bring one or the other, the officer at the ticket office won't exchange the JR Pass for you. Number 2 here is 30 days. When you exchange for the actual JR Pass at one of the ticket offices, you'll be able to specify the start date of the JR Pass up to 30 days into the future. You can potentially buy the JR Pass at the current prices before the end of September 2023 and use it in January 2024. Because of this 3 months and 30 days rule here. And lastly, number 5, useful apps you can use for your travels in Japan, especially with the JR Pass. The first app on our list is the Japan Transit Planner by Jordan. This is a public transport route navigation app by this Japanese company that solely focuses on the transport route search, as you see here, and offers a little bit extra information and ticket purchase options of attractions around the different regions in Japan within the app as well. The second app on our list is Japan Travel by Navitime. While the Japan Transit Planner by Jordan is focused on great public transport searches, Navitime has additional sections on its homepage for more information like travel guides, travel discoveries, and itineraries as well, and also offer a similar experience for searching through the routes specifically for JR Pass transport options as well. The third and last app on our list is the Japan Official Travel app by Japan National Tourism Organization. This app offers wide varieties of information similar to Navitime and perhaps more, such as tourist information and travel inspirations while you're in Japan, and also offers similar accurate information for JR Pass timetables and platforms for your next destination on the Shinkansen, or whatever else you might take while you're in Japan. Having been to Japan myself as a tourist and having used these apps, I would say just download them, they're free. Start using them, see which one is the most convenient for you to help you navigate Japan and essentially enjoy Japan. Well friends, we have pretty much covered the 5 things I wish I knew about JR Pass as follows. Number 1, who can buy the JR Pass? Number 2, when the JR Pass is worth it and how the new prices would affect your travel plans. Number 3, the best way to purchase your JR Pass and the fact that you should buy it before you go to Japan. Number 4, when you're actually in Japan and how to use the JR Pass. Number 5, the 3 apps are personally used to help me navigate Japan, especially with the JR Pass transport options. That's all for this video, and I hope you maximize your JR Pass for the most enjoyable experience in Japan. Like and subscribe to Family for more amazing contents.